Hi dear students, is it visible now? Yeah. Dear students, in today's video we are going to discuss about the sectors of Indian economy. The sectors of Indian economy. Yeah. So the sectors of Indian economy complete notes for a CBSE 10th class student. So from the economics point of view, from the you may get few questions from this chapter, because this chapter is very very important, right? So the Indian economy consists of all activities related to production, distribution and consumption of goods and services. Okay, to understand how the economy functions, so the economist has divided the Indian economy or any world economy into three sectors. Primarily the primary sector and the secondary sector, as well as the tertiary sector, also can be called as service sector. So there is another name of primary sector, that is, it can be also called as agriculture and allied activities, agriculture sector. Coming to secondary sector can be also called as industrial sector or manufacturing sector. So dear students, you need to understand, so what is sector? Okay, a similar kind of economic activities grouped together, is called sector. So what is primary sector? And before going to know primary, secondary and tertiary sector, so let us understand some keywords which are related to this chapter. So you might have come across, so while you are reading this chapter, while we are reading any material related to the, this chapter, so first you will come across economic activity. An economic activity is an activity that generates income by producing goods and services to the people, to the person. So suppose I am the teacher, I am teaching to the student. So I am getting some income from the student only, because student pay to the school, school will give to the me. So this is one of the economic activity of the teacher. Similarly, there is another, suppose if you take the farmers. So farmers, okay, if you take the farmers are growing rice and different agriculture product, like let us say rice, wheat, maize, jowar, etc., etc. Okay, so the farmer is earning income by producing goods. That is, what is the goods? That is here the goods is rice, wheat, maize, jowar, etc., etc. So in this way the farmer is getting income. Okay, and similarly, if you take another example, so a doctor treating the patients, right? So doctor getting income from the patients. A factory producing cars, from that, by selling the cars, okay, and the factory will get the income. So economic activities, all three economic activities, the primary, the secondary and the tertiary economic activities, contribute to the India's GDP. Which GDP, Nana? India's GDP, that is called gross domestic product. So this is, then I told you what is sector. A sector is a group of economic activities that share similar characteristic. Okay, so we are keeping all primary related activities. Let us say, what we can say, the primary related activities, all agriculture, like rice growing, wheat growing, dairy farming, poultry farming, and all other agriculture related, honeybee production, that is apiculture, sericulture, vermiculture, all economic related activities, all these agriculture related activity we kept under the agriculture sector, right? So we can call it as a primary sector. Now the question arises, why we are calling as a primary? Because since this sector is depending on the nature and natural resources, so we are extracting natural resources from the nature. Now the question comes, what is nature? Nature is nature only, natural environment. So let us say soil, earth is the nature, naturally occurring. So we have water, we have forest, we have air, we have sunlight, everything which are naturally occurring. So human being is deriving or extracting resources, extracting products from the nature. So it's a primary activity for the human being. The first, primary means the first contact. So human being utilizing the natural resources and growing the crops, okay, and and getting the production by selling that and is selling the income. So this comes under primary sector. Then we have secondary sector as well as tertiary sector. Now coming to the primary sector. So primary sector includes activities that involve the direct use of natural resources. The primary sector, write down. The primary sector includes activities that direct the use of natural resources. Let us say, what are the activities in the primary? I told you, agriculture, forestry, fishing, mining, okay, animal husbandry like dairy farming, sheep farming, goatry farming, okay, all this comes under the primary activities. Okay, then what are the characteristic features of the primary activities? You should know it. What are the characteristic features of the primary activities? So it mainly depends on directly on the nature. I told you the first point itself. I told you it directly depends upon the nature. So and produces raw material for the secondary sector. For instance, if you take, so we are getting suppose the farmers are producing cotton, right? So after producing the cotton, so the cotton goes to the market. The farmer will sell the cotton in the market and will get the income, right? And after the cotton reaches the market, and then it goes to the industry where the ginning process will take place. So I will tell you what is ginning. What do you mean by ginning? Ginning means separation of the seeds from the cotton plugs. Separation of seeds from the cotton plugs is called ginning. Okay. Then like that, after this ginning, then there is a spinning, weaving, and then making the clothes, and the cloth will manufacture as a garments. Again, that garment will be sell in the market. There, like we have so many cloth market like RS Brothers, Chandana Brothers. We have so many markets. There we are selling. So this is in this way. So the farmer contributing to the India's GDP. Okay, so what I'm saying is that the primary sector is becoming supplying raw material to the secondary sector. Suppose you take one more thing, sugar cane. So sugar cane is produced by the farmers. Right? And the farmers selling the sugar cane in the market and going to the mill. From there, the sugar cane will making as a juice and converting into a jaggery or the sugar. So in this way, so primary sector is producing raw materials to the secondary sector. That's you have to remember. Characteristic. What are the characteristics? First one, Nana, depends directly on nature. Second one, producing. Make the notes, Nana. Producing raw materials to whom? To the secondary sector, employs a large number of people. Which employing a large number of people. As you know that India's population is 146 crore. So in 146 crore, remember, in 146 crore, nearly 50% of India's population is completely engaged or employed in the primary sector. Nearly 50, now it is a 47%. And third one, forms the base of the economy. Which is the base of the economy? Because whatever we are getting food, suppose whatever we are getting food and whatever food we are getting, so whatever the resources we are using is coming from the nature only. Okay, then examples, so we have wheat cultivation and even mining also comes under the primary sector. Mining, fishing and the milk production, everything comes under the primary sector. And what is the importance of the primary sector? If you look at this, what is the importance? Because the importance of primary sector is it provides the food. It provides the food for the human being. Okay. And at the same time, it supplies the raw materials to industry. First one is provides food for human beings, supplies the raw material to the industries. So we have different industries. We have textile industry, we have cotton industry, we have so many industries. And supports the rural employment, because most of the people are engaged in the agriculture sector, which is providing nearly, I told you, 47% of the employment. 47% of the India's population is engaging in the primary sector, and which means it support the rural employment and ensure the food security for the human being. Because India is such a large population, so there is a chances of, because I told you Indian agriculture is the gambling of monsoon. Indian agriculture is the gambling of monsoon because Indian agriculture is directly depending upon the nature. So on the monsoon, so we are getting most of the rain from two. One is southwest monsoon, another is northeast monsoon. One is southwest monsoon, another is northeast monsoon. Yeah, are you getting, Nana? So are you understanding this class or not? Put me in comment box. Good evening, Rudraksh. Rudransh, good evening. Okay. Shall I continue? Yes or no? Okay. Any doubts, Nana? Okay, I will take the class, but any doubts so far? Any doubts? Tell me, what is the doubt you are having? Okay. So I will continue. So then what we have? What is the next we have? It supplies, it ensures the food security for the human being. Now coming to the secondary sector. The secondary sector converts raw materials into a finished product. The secondary sector converts raw materials into a finished products. Yeah. Okay, finished products. And what are the activities, Nana? Manufacturing industries, then construction sector, then textile production, automobile manufacturing, steel plant, cement factories, all this comes under the manufacturing, where car manufacturing, automobiles, all comes under the secondary sector. Then what are the characteristic features of the secondary sector? So it adds value to the raw materials, because I told you, I have given one example. So we are getting cotton from the primary sector, but who is adding value to the cotton? It is the secondary sector. Converting raw materials into a finished goods is called secondary sector, and uses machines and technology. Suppose to convert this raw material into a finished product, we need some industries. So it's called we are using machines and we are using technology, and generates industrial employment and encourage export, because we are getting foreign income from by exporting our Indian products. So India is one of the biggest manufacturer of many things, like that. We are encourage exports, and as a return we will get some income. Example, cotton is converting into cloth, iron ore is converting into a steel, and we have sugarcane, we are converting into a sugar. So in this way secondary sector also plays a very important role or instrumental role. And as you all know that recently Government of India launching so many schemes like Make in India and Made in India, Make in India, like that. So yeah, and what is the importance? Because industrial sector promotes industrial development. Increase national income. What done? Which increase the national income, creates employment for the large section of the population, and supports economic growth. What done? It supports economic growth. So this is called secondary sector. Now we are moving on to the tertiary sector. Tertiary sector can be also called as service sector. Now the sector provides services instead of producing goods. So what are the sector which producing goods? I told you that is the primary sector, and the secondary sector producing goods. So of course, in fact, the primary sector is producing raw materials to the secondary sector converting into a finished product. Means both the sector which producing goods. But coming to the service sector is not producing goods. The service sector is not producing the goods. So what are the service sector we have? So we have banking, and we have education sector, we have healthcare, we have transport, we have communication, we have tourism, and we have insurance, LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India. Then we have information technology, IT, and we have retail trade, all Reliance Mart, and we have so many marts, Reliance Jio Mart, Reliance Mart. Then we have Big Bazaar, then D Mart. All retail trade comes under this service sector. So service sector also playing a very important role in India's economy. Now we are going to see what are the characteristic features of the service sector. So it provides services to the people and businesses. It provides services to the people as well as businesses. So service sector is producing services to the people. Suppose you are using telephone, you are using mobile, right? You are using Airtel, you are using Jio, we are using so many, But who is providing services to all these things? So these companies, these sectors are producing services to the people. At the same time, they are also giving businesses to the people. Okay, then it supports both agriculture and industrial sector. So service sector is supporting the agriculture sector as well as the industrial sector by providing some information. So we are getting some information, weather forecasting, when you will get the rainfall, how will be the weather, everything we are getting from the service sector only. So we have satellite, ISRO satellite system, we have so many things, Indian National Remote Sensing satellites. So all this providing data to the people. So in this way, we support both agriculture and industrial sector. If you look at this India, this sector is growing sector in India, and which is one of the most important contributor to the India's GDP. Okay, we can say that. And the next session, live session, I will tell you this: what is the contribution of primary, secondary, and tertiary sector to the India's GDP, where we are going to compare the 1973 data, 1973-74 data, as well as the 2013 and 2014 data. So if you go back to 1973 data, so it is the primary sector which is more contributing to the India's GDP. What is GDP? Nana? Gross domestic product. I will explain. It's a total value of all final goods and services produced within a country in a one financial year. That can be called as a GDP. Now, what are the examples of the service sector? I told you we have so many examples: teacher, doctor, so banking sector, bank employees, and we have software engineers, and we have police officers. So, and everything is drivers, bus drivers, artist driver, cab, Ola, Uber, all people are come under the service sector. Now, if you if you look at the comparison of the three sector, so what is the nature? What is the feature? So, what are the features of the this primary sector? So, it depends upon the nature. I told you, it depends upon the nature, and with extract resources from the nature, natural resources. So, we have natural resources like your soil, coal, petrol, water, forest, and sun. Everything is naturally available. So, what is the characteristic features of the primary sector? Because it depends upon the nature. Okay, and suppose the secondary sector is the manufacturing sector. It depends upon the primary sector, and we'll get the raw materials from the primary sector and services sector also. Like if you look at the output, what is the output of primary sector? It produces the raw materials. And what is the output of secondary sector? It produces the finished goods. Okay, then what is the output of service sector? It gives the services. Okay, so like that we can say that. Now we are going to the GDP. What is that, Nana? GDP. What is GDP? Gross. Write down. Please write down. What is GDP? Someone is saying mining. Yeah, mining comes under the no communication between students. Who are you? No, you just listen. All are student only. I can say that. Okay. No communication between the students. You just listen my classes. If you have a doubt, you can ask me. So I will clarify your doubts. Nothing to worry. Okay. Then, and GDP. What is GDP? Gross domestic product is the total value of all final goods and services produced within a country during a one financial year. It's called GDP. What is GDP, Nana? Gross domestic product. Write down. Gross domestic product is nothing but it's a total value of all final goods and services produced within a country and within a one financial year is called GDP. Then what is the GDP? Total value of all final goods and total value of financial services. We can put that. Importance, which measures the economic growth. So GDP, which is the indicator, which is the measure, which measures the economic growth. Suppose, I will tell you one example. Last year, we produced only 100 rupees worth products. 100 rupees worth product. But this year, we produced 120 rupees worth product. So comparing to previous year, this year, how much growth we have got? 20 rupees extra. means let us say 20%. Let us say 20%. 20% extra. This 20% is the growth. Okay, which measures the economic growth and indicate national income and helps compare the economics, because we are comparing, we have developed countries, we have developing countries, we have underdeveloped countries. So we have developed countries, developing countries and underdeveloped countries. So this GDP will give you the clear-cut picture of, by comparing the countries between the developed and developing and underdeveloped countries, how GDP is calculated. Now we are going to the how GDP is calculated. Only the value of final goods and services are included in this GDP calculation. So example, yeah, okay. Any doubts on so far? Gross, don't people know? Gross domestic people. GDP stands for gross domestic people. Okay. Any doubts so far, Nana? You can put in the comment. Any doubts so far? Any doubt? Okay. Shall I continue? Shall I continue or shall I wind up? Because this is my first live session for the 10th class student. Okay. All clear, sir. Okay, good. Any concept so far? Any concept you want? Because so far we discussed the see. Slow. Any doubts so far, Nana? Okay. Shall I continue? Okay, right. So, yeah. Now, shall we just recap? So, economy. What is economic activity? Any kind of economic activity which the people can earn the income by indulging in some kind of economic activity. Like, let us say, production from the primary sector, okay, and secondary sector, or any service sector. Any economic activity which the people can earn the income or to get the livelihood is called economic activity. More or less we can say that. Okay. Now, how GDP is calculated? For this, I need to use the board. Since it is my first class, I'm just doing some kind of experiment. So I will try to explain on the board if possible. Okay. Okay. Let us say that. Yeah, I will discuss how GDP is calculated. Only the value of final goods or services is included. And example, the farmer sell the wheat in the market. Let us say the farmer sells the wheat in the market, and suppose he got he sold it at the cost of 20 rupees, and that wheat has gone to the millers, and flour mill makes the flour, and the flour miller sold this wheat for the cost of, let us say, 30 rupees, and finally the bakery man converted this flour mill into a bakery biscuit and sold at the cost of 60 rupees. So he made a 4 biscuit packet from the 1 kg wheat and sold at the cost of 60 rupees. So while you calculating the GDP, we are taking the final product. I told you what is GDP. It is the value of final product of the goods and services. So here the farmer sold the wheat at the cost of 20 rupees to the miller, and miller converted into flour and sold to the bakery man, and bakery man converted this flour into a 4 biscuit packets, and each biscuit packet cost 15 rupees. So 4 15 are 60 rupees. So now while calculating the GDP, we are taking the final value of the goods. Here what is the final value of the wheat? Here 1 kg wheat, it is around 60 rupees. So like that. So only the value of the bread or the final product is counted to avoid double counting in the GDP calculation. Now we are going to see the historical shift in employment, because as I told you, before 1950, when India got independent in 1947, most of the Indians are working or engaged in the agriculture sector or the primary sector, right? So now there is a shift from the primary sector to the secondary sector, and secondary sector to the service sector. So there is a dramatic shift. The shift which is coming slowly. Now if you look at that, earlier most of the people worked in the agriculture sector. Today employment has shifted towards the industries, information technology, banking technology, education, healthcare and tourism, because day by day, so these are the indicators of the development in any country. If the people are shifting from agriculture sector to secondary and secondary sectors to the service sector, which shows it indicates the development of the economy, right? So there is employment shift from agriculture sector to the service sector and the secondary sector. People are employed, getting shifted, because why the people are shifting from? Can anyone say, Nana, why employments shifting from agriculture to secondary or tertiary sector? Can anyone say what is the reason? Please type in the comment box so that I can, you are understanding. Please type in the comment box. Why there is a employment shift from primary to secondary and tertiary sector? Can anyone say? Yeah. Explain from starting. Again starting, Anana. Did you try shawarma because of better lifestyle? Okay. Anyway, can anyone say, Nana, why people are shifting from primary to secondary and service sector? Because of the mechanization. Earlier, the people used to plow with the cows and buffaloes, etc. But today we are using tractors, harvesting machines, harvesters, and all mechanization we are using in the agriculture sector. As a result, there is a shift from the agriculture sector to the service secondary sector and as well as the service sector. Now, why is the tertiary sector is growing? Why tertiary sector is growing in India? So there is a rising income. There is a rising income of the Indian people. The income is rising day by day, and people are looking for better services, like they want better education, they want better healthcare facilities, okay, and they want all modern means of transport, transport system like modern rails, aeroplanes, and so there should be a development in the communication sector. Like we are going to from 2G to 3G, 3G to 4G, 4G to now we are entering into 5G, because people needs are increasing day by day, people demands are increasing day by day. To cater to help to get to provide the needs of the people. So this service sector has got tremendous demand from the people. As a result, there is a development in the tertiary sector. If you take, for instance, Hyderabad, once upon a time, if you go back to 90s and 2000, there was no that much software companies. But after 2000, there is a mushrooming, there is a boom in the software sector, IT sector, information technology sector. And the growth of IT and expansion of BPOs, business process outsourcing, expansion of KPOs, knowledge process outsourcing, and this this IT sector, software and hardware sector is growing day by day. And why they are growing? Because there is a demand from the public, there is a demand from the people. As a result, there is a growth in the service sector, you can say that. And expansion of transport, railways are increasing, railways are expanding day by day. And we have Uber transports are Uber service, we have Ola service, and we have Rapido services, we have, and coming to this hotel sector, we have Swiggy, Zomato, and various 10-minute delivery apps. So many apps are there. So people's needs are increasing day by day. People want better education, people want better healthcare, people want better services. As a result, there is a growth in the service sector. These are the points you have to highlight in your board examination. And coming to, and based on the nature of sector, based on the nature of employment, we have organized sector and unorganized sector. Okay, based on the nature of employment, we have organized sector. Are you making notes, Nana? Are you making notes? Please make the notes. Okay. So based on the nature of economic activity, we have classified this economy into three sectors: primary, secondary, and service sector. Based on the nature of employment, the economy has divided into organized sector and unorganized sector. One is organized sector, another is unorganized sector. And dear student, I want to tell you one more thing is very clear, that I am introducing one more new technique, that is called shadowing technique. What is the technique, Nana? Shadowing technique. So whatever I am saying, you have to repeat. Whatever I am saying, you have to repeat. Okay, you have to repeat. So yeah, based on the nature of employment, the economy, the sector has divided into how many sectors, Nana? Organized sector and unorganized sector. What is now, question arises, what is organized sector? What is organized sector? Organized sector consists of enterprises, industries registered with the government of India, and operating according to labor laws. Because they are following the norms, they are following the rules and regulations of the government. So the sector which is registered under the government industry and which is following the labor laws, okay, labor laws. I'm getting cold, sorry, I'm not feeling well also, but I promised to student to take the live class, so I'm taking, because one must be committed in teaching profession. Okay, that's why I'm getting cold, but in spite of that I'm teaching. So because I promised my student I will take the live class by 7 o'clock. So at any cost, you also, whether you are suffering with the fever, whether you are suffering with any kind of problem, but one should have the strong determination to settle in the life, to show the impact in your career, and one must be bold enough to crack the whatever your desired services, whatever you have dreamed, you must fulfill with a strong determination and with a persistent attitude, and with yeah. So now we are moving on to organized sector. Organized sector consists of enterprises. What do you mean by enterprises, Nana? Enterprises are nothing but industries. Any industries which registered under the government of India, or the state government, or the central government, or the, let us say, local government, and which follows the labor laws. Which laws, Nana? Labor laws. And that industry can be considered as a organized sector. So there is a proper organization, and these people, there is some features of the organized sector. Note down, Nana. So there is some features of the organized sector. So the employee will get the regular salary. One of the feature of the organized sector is that employee will get the regular salary, and there is a job security. There is a job security for the people, for the employee. So there is a job security, and there is a paid leave. Suppose, and you might have heard the name called casual leave, CL, and earned leave, something like that. So they suppose employee in the leave, he will be paid for that day. So paid leave will be allowed, and there is a pension benefit for the employee, and fixed working hours, 8 hours, fixed working hours, and there will be a provident fund, PF, and there should be a medical facilities available for the employee. The people who are working in organized sector are entitled to get all the above feature which I have mentioned you. So one is regular salary, right? And one is regular salary, and there is a job security. Write down, Nana. Regular salary, and there is a job security, and there is a class 10 second board exam result kab aayega. It will come, Nana. It will come. Soon it will come. Wait for few more days. Maybe around 1 week you will get the result. We are getting some information from the sources, so you will get as soon as possible. Okay. So what are the characteristic features of the organized sector? Means you have to say, Nana. You have to repeat. One is regular salary. There should be a job security. And there will be a paid leave, and there will be a pension benefit. Okay. And a pension benefit, and there will be a fixed working hours, and there will be a provident fund for the employees, where both the employer and employee will contribute both from the salary as well as the employer will contribute, and we have medical facilities. And moreover that the organized sector employees will entitled to get paternity leave as well as the maternity leave. If any woman employee is delivering the baby, so these women employee will get the paid holidays, paid leave for at least 3 months. Some of the time it extended to 6 months. So there is a maternity leave as well as the paternity leave. You should remember that. And who are the employees which are coming under the organized sector? So most of the sector which are coming under the government schools, government colleges, all government related, railways employees, government, the LIC, Life Insurance Corporation employees, all in the State Bank of Indian employees, all banking sector, most of the banks. No, government banks, to some extent private banks, which follow the norms of the above features. And the government, banking sector, railways, LIC, Life Insurance Corporation, and registered companies under the government of India will entitled to give all the above features. So this is one of the peculiar features of the organized sector. Now let us move on to the second is unorganized sector. So if you look at the India, 87% of the India's the who are working people comes under the unorganized sector. 87% of the India's working force comes under the unorganized sector. So what is unorganized sector? Unorganized sector, which includes the small businesses or the petty businesses that are not registered under the government of India company acts, and often do not provide all social security benefits like as I mentioned you, social security like leaves and paid holidays, and maternity benefits, and other things. They won't entitled to get all these things. And what are the features of this unorganized sector? Very, very important. Am I going little faster or slow? Shall I go slow or faster? No? Medium. I am going fast, Nana. Please tell me in the comment. I am going fast or okay. Is it okay? Shall I go this way? Are you understanding what I am saying, Nana? Are you understanding? Okay, good. So what are the features of the unorganized sector? So first yes. What are the features of the unorganized sector? So there will be a low wages. There will be a low wages and no job security. There will be a low wages. Write down low wages, no job security, no security for the employee, and long working hours. Some of the time these unorganized employees, unorganized sector employees are the workers will work for long hours, long duration, maybe around 10 hours, sometime 12 hours, and there will be no paid leaves. There will be no regular employment for these people. There will be no pension, and maybe there is a irregular employment. They will always look for the work. So there is a frequent job cuts some of the time. So like street vendors. So what are the examples which are coming under the unorganized sector? Let us say street vendors. Those people are working in the construction companies like brick makers, something like that. So street vendors. Then we have domestic workers, and we have rickshaw pullers and small shopkeepers, and daily wage laborers and rickshaw pullers. All people are coming under this unorganized sector. Okay, Nana. So what is unorganized sector? Unorganized sector includes the small businesses that are not registered under the Government of India Act and not provide the social security benefits to the people, the workers. So it's called unorganized sector. Now, what is the difference between the organized sector and unorganized sector? What is the difference actually? So, organized, write down, Nana. So, organized sector, which are registered organization, registered under the Companies Act, registered under the Companies Act. Okay. Then second, there will be a regular salary. There will be a regular salary. Okay. And third, there will be a job security for the other people. There will be a job security. Okay, job security. And fourth one, there will be a paid leaves. There will be a paid leaves. And fourth one, there will be a social security. Suppose something has happened to the employee, something bad thing happened to employee. Suppose you died in the accident or something else. Their family member are entitled to get the job. Okay, because he was a breadwinner. So he lost his life, and immediately maybe his wife or her husband or children will get the employment. That is called social security. Okay, and coming to unorganized sector. So we are just comparing between the organized sector and unorganized sector. In the unorganized sector, what are the features? Mostly unregistered companies which are coming under this unorganized sector, and there will be irregular income. But whereas in the organized sector, you will get the regular income. Every month first you will get the salary. And third one, here is the job security is there. there is no job security. Okay, and no social security also. Suppose a person died due to the person who is working in construction sector, that is a construction sector or manufacturing sector, due to mishap or any accident, the person died, but her family or his family member won't get any kind of permanent job, something like that. So then next we are moving on to the nature of ownership. This sector, there is a sector has divided into two: public sector and the private sector. Public sector on the nature of ownership. So on the nature of ownership, the sector has been divided into two. One is public sector, and the second one is private sector. Now the public sector is owned and managed by the government. What is public sector, Nana? Public sector is owned and managed by the government. So who is the owner? The government is the owner. So maybe central government or state government. All these people will come under the public sector. So now, what is the objective of the public sector? Write down. What is the objective of the public sector? So one of the main objective of the public sector is public welfare. It will take care of the welfare of the people. Like suppose the government is producing Indian Railways. Who is the owner of Indian Railways? Government of India. So Government of India giving fair very low prices, and where everyone get access to the ticket fare. They can go to the journey with the small prices. Let us say 50 rupees or 100 rupees. They can travel to around 200 kilometers. Suppose I am going from Secunderabad to Mahabubabad, which around 220 kilometers or 207 kilometers. With the 100 rupees, I am going from here to there. But if you go by car or if you go by bus, it is around 350 rupees. Some of the time it is 400 or 500 rupees. So government is the public sector, the government which is providing services to the people at low cost. That is called public welfare. Then employment generation. What is that, Nana? Employment generation. Public sector also contributing to employment generation, and there will be infrastructure development and national security. All this comes under the public sector. And what are the examples of the public sector? Indian Railways, and we have public sector banks, PSB, public sector banks. Let us say State Bank of India, Punjab National Banks, all other banks coming under the public sector. And we have government hospital like AIMS, All India Institute of Medical Sciences. And if you like in Telangana or Andhra Pradesh, we have Usmania Hospital, Gandhi Hospital, and we have some other fever hospital. All these government hospitals are providing services to the public, so they will be considered. They are coming under the public sector. Coming to the private sector, private sector is owned and managed by the private individuals or the private companies. What is the private sector, Nana? Private sector is owned and managed by private individuals or private companies. Okay, what are the main objective of this private sector? So you should know it. What is the main objective, Nana? One of the main objective of the private sector is earning profit. I told you, public sector is working for public welfare. Though some of the industries which are running in the loss making industries, still government is taking care of that. And okay, so private sector are running. What is the motive of the private sector? Profit oriented, whereas the government sector is coming under the welfare oriented. And what are the examples of the private sector? Private hospitals, private schools, private colleges, private universities, and private IT companies. Like we have Amazon, we have this Google, and we have Capgemini, and we have various companies, Tech Mahindra. Okay, and we have this Infosys. Okay, so all this comes under the private companies only. And we have big shopping malls, and we have automobile companies like Maruti Suzuki. Maruti Suzuki is a public and as well as private, because let us say that a joint venture of the government of India as well as the Japan. Okay, shopping malls, private schools, and automobile companies are coming under this category. Okay, Anna? Now next we move on to what is the difference between the public and private sector. What is the difference, Anna? So public sector is owned by the government ownership. Who is the owner of the public sector? government ownership. And who is the owner of the private sector? Private individual or private companies. And what is the orientation of the public sector? Welfare oriented. What is the orientation motive of the private sector? Profit oriented. And in public sector there is a public accountability. So they must answerable to the public. They must answerable to the public. Suppose there is a train accident. Train accident took place. So the public, the Indian Railways must answerable to the public, because it is running with the by the income of the people only, because people are paying taxes to the government and government is running the these services to the people. Suppose there is a mishap, there is a accident, or there is a something is happened to the public sector, so there should be a public accountability should be there. And coming to the private sector, so there is a owner is the responsible, and shareholder accountability will be there. Now, what is the importance of the public sector? No. What is the importance of the public sector? So the government provides services that may not be the profitable but are essential for society. The government provides services that may not be profitable. The government sector sometimes the Indian Railways are running in the losses, but in spite of that, government still running the trains or any other services, because the larger interest of the public sector is the public welfare, I told you, but are essential for society, such as what are the essential services, Nana? National defense. We need defense, protection from the foreign countries, enemy nations, and there should be a police system to maintain the law and order, and there will be a judiciary, okay, and we need roads and highways, we need education, public education, we need industries, okay, and we need public health care, and there should be a drinking water supply. So, and with this I am going to conclude, and in the next video we will discuss about the other things, comparison of the different sectors from 1973 to 2023 and 2014. So any doubt you can ask me, Nana. So because you need to focus on keywords first, and maybe in the next video I will provide, when I am going to deal this chapter, I will start with the keywords, because for any lesson, remember one thing, dear students, for any lesson or for anything, you should know about the keywords. Keywords plays a very, very vital role in your exam preparation or understanding the lesson, because they are the language of the subject. You must know the language. So in order to communicate with the people, you must know the language. Suppose you know the Hindi, you can communicate in Hindi fluently, right? So similarly, if you want to understand the syllabus or if you understand the chapter, you must know the language of the chapter. That is, what is the language of the chapter? The keywords. Economic activity, any kind of economic activity which are take place for the earning of the income. So that way you have to define what is economic activities. Economic activities are the activities where the people will earn the income or get the livelihood by engaging some economic activities. What are the economic activities? I told you three: primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. In this way, you need to understand. And based on the nature of economic activities, the sector has been divided into three types. One is primary sector, secondary sector, and service sector, right? And based on the ownership, the sector has been divided into two: organized sector. Based on the employment. Based on the employment, the sector has been divided into two: organized sector, unorganized sector. And based on the ownership, we have public sector as well as private sector. So in this way, you have to define. So any doubt so far, Nana? Any doubt you can ask me in the comment section. So that, and what are the another topic, next topic I want to prepare, I want to go live. Next topic, please type in the comment box so that I can go. Every Sunday there will be a live session from 7 to 8. There will be a live session for 7 to 8, maybe mostly. Okay, and what are the difficult topic if you are facing, so please write down in the comment section. So in the next video I will go through it. Any doubts on us so far? Any doubt? Sir, why is public sector is important aspect? Because I told you, public sector is one of the important sector which is working for the welfare of the people. Because suppose the poor people cannot afford, poor people, suppose the rich people can go to Delhi by flight, the rich people can go to Delhi through various means, first class AC, second class AC. The poor man cannot go by aeroplane or first class, second class AC. So there should be they will go by sleeper class, sometimes general class. So it must be affordable to all the people. Poor people also can access to the services. That is the main intention of the public sector. And moreover, what is the motive of the public sector? Public sector is working for the public welfare, not for the profit oriented. So there is a essence of public sector. We need public sector. Suppose, imagine now we have Airtel company and we have Jio. Imagine there is no BSNL, Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited. Now day by day the Jio recharge plans, the monthly plans are going day by day. Earlier it was around 100, 120. Now it is going to 220 or sometimes 300 rupees. So imagine there is no BSNL. There is no BSNL. So suppose the Airtel and Jio increase to 500 rupees recharge. So will you do the recharge? Okay, rich people can do. What about the poor people? Poor people cannot afford now. So the BSNL, so providing services at lower cost. Similarly, Indian Railways providing services at lower prices, affordable prices. Who can afford? The poor people. So government always think about the common man, not the rich man, not the middleman also. It should think about the common man, poor man, downtrodden people, and socially backward communities, economically weaker section. So on behalf of them, government must work. That is the reason why. Suppose if you go to Kotak Mahindra Bank, if you want to open the bank account, at least you have to deposit at least 10,000 rupees. Recently, you might have heard that ICICI Bank said that there will be a minimum deposit, minimum bank account maintaining. We must maintain the bank account minimum balance should be around 10,000 to 50,000. So there is a public outcry and public angry. Then they have reduced that. Minimum balance is 50,000 rupees. Like if you go to State Bank of India, it's a public sector bank. There is no minimum balance restriction. Maybe 1,000 rupees, mostly 1,000, some of the zero balance also. So the SBI considers the public sector bank which is working for the welfare of the people. So I think your doubt is clear. So why public sector is an important aspect. Yeah, in this way. So it should think about the common man, public welfare, public oriented, and it must think about the poor people, poorest of the poor people, downtrodden people, subaltern people. So in this aspect, public sector plays an important role. But day by day, public sector contribution, public sector role is decreasing, and Indian government or the international countries are moving towards the private sector. So day by day, disinvestment. There is a policy called disinvestment is going on, and public sector is selling to the private sector. So I will tell you in some other videos about this. Apart this, any other doubt, Nana? Apart this, any other doubt? So, sir, we want gender, religion, and caste next live session. Sure, Nana. I will explain, because in polity, in DP, democratic politics, gender and religion and caste is very little bit tricky chapter. Some common, maybe average student or below average student, sometimes he may not understand what is gender, what is religion, what is caste. So I will make sure, I will make a video on that, and I hope I will clarify your doubts, because I have a good command over the gender, religion and caste. Since I am a social science faculty, social science background, I have an ample command over that. Apart that, any other you want, Nana? Sir, physics is hard, give me tips. Yeah, Priyanka Reddy Vatkuri. Because physics is hard, give me some tips. Okay, for any subject, Nana, for any subject, whether the physics or a social science or a biology or a botany or a zoology, any subject, you must understand the concept first. Start with the basics. Suppose physics, there are some laws, Newton laws, first law, second law, third law. You should understand by studying the basics first, and solve some problems, normal problems. Then slowly you will get command over the physics also. Everything is very, very easy, Nana. And moreover, sorry, I am suffering with a cold. Moreover, in my days, when we are studying as a 10th class student in 1998, almost 20 years back, almost 20 years back, 25 years back or 27 years back, we don't have this many facilities. We don't have the YouTube, we don't have the social media, we don't have this, AI and all. We don't have. Still, we studied the textbook. And we utilized our services. We utilized the services of our teacher. We asked many doubts and we clarified doubts. And as a student nowadays, you must read the textbook, Nana. NCERT textbook or state syllabus, state books. You must read. You must go through the textbook. And if you have any doubt, you can clarify. You can search in the Google. You can search in the YouTube, and you can utilize of all the AI. So which will nowadays education is becoming very easy, Nana. It's very easy. You can make use of it. Build the concept. Slowly you will get command over the physics and chemistry also. Next, apart that, any doubts so far? Any doubts? With regard to social science, you can ask me. Thank you for the lives are very helpful. Okay, thank you, Nana. Nutana, what is your name, Nana? Nutana Chowdhury. Some Nutana Taruna? Tarun Chowdhury. Okay, Tarun. Okay, thank you. Any doubt, Nana? So I hope we are completing 56 minutes 11 seconds. So yeah, I hope you liked my video, and I think I have done a justice for today's class. And day by day, since it is my first live session, there may be some flaws and maybe fast, or I'm going a little bit faster and not used board, because I have board, digital board also. I will make use of, because there is a light problem. So no sir, understood the topic. Good, Nana. Okay. And suppose the gender, religion, caste will explain the next live session. And slowly, day by day, just build up, Nana. Day by day, slowly, you get first to be familiar with the chapterization. Map the syllabus first. Be familiar with the chapterization. Suppose, what is the third chapter in geography? You have to say, what is the third chapter in geography? Can anyone say? Water resources, right? And what is the fifth chapter in geography? You have to say, minerals and energy resources. So like that, you should get. And what is the third chapter in DP? So gender, religion and caste. Like that, you have to get command over the syllabus and go inside that deeper. I have made a mapping the syllabus in my YouTube channel. It is there. In my channel it is there. If you want, you can go through it and get command over that. Because and always follow the shadowing technique. My sincere request to all of you, dear students, please follow the shadowing technique. Repeat, do the revision, close your eyes, do the revision. Don't look for marks. Look for knowledge. Get command over the knowledge. Then only you will be settled in your life. Because education is nothing but knowledge, skill, and both are. And it will give you the empowerment. With this, I hope I will wind up this session. Thank you for giving this opportunity. I hope I did a tremendous job. So this is my classroom actually. This is my green board. This is my digital board. Okay. And now my son also eagerly waiting for that. Anyway, I hope. Okay. Slowly. Sir, what about the parliament? You want discussion on parliament? Parliament where? When parliament, you want general topic parliament, because nowadays in the 9th class, in the previous 9th class, you have this, the working of an institution. There we have discussed about legislature, executive and judiciary. Suppose you want discussion on parliament, I will give. So yeah, I will make one video, separate video on the parliament, the legislature, one of the executive, one of the organ of the government. So I will make a video on the parliament also. Okay. Apart that, you want anything? So one is gender, religion and caste, and second one is parliament. Any difficult topic, Nana? Okay, sir. Give, sir. Sure. I will give, Nana. Okay. And have a wonderful day. Have a nice day. Be happy. Study with the happiness. Always study with happy mood. One must be in do the revision. One should be in zeal mood. Okay. And with this, I am concluding. Thank you all. Have a nice day. Bye bye. And happy Sunday. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.